This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life to somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. It's been a long time coming, but I think it's about time for a men's fashion segment. This morning we're talking about spring and summer suiting, and to share with us everything that we need to know, and to all you guys out there who have ever thought it's impossible for you to, really feel awesome, these guys can help you do just that. Welcome to the show, Joseph Knoop. He is, absolutely, and Tanner Guzzi. How are you guys today?
Great, doing very well.
Wonderful. Well, it's incredible because Tanner, you're a men's fashion blogger.
Right.
That's kind of where you guys have both made your stride there in social media, utilizing the internet. You with blogging, and then Joseph with Pinterest. You have 3.9 million followers on Pinterest.
That's correct, yeah.
And
I'm a guy.
And you're a guy, and that's like the big deal about it, is because anyone who looks at that sees, oh, this is, I don't want to call it girly, but definitely more slanted towards women, you would say. But you have made such a place for yourself in Pinterest.
It's so funny. I actually was able to sit down with a few people from Pinterest, and they kind of targeted women, like when they created the site, and I chatted with them and asked them, how did I get all my followers, and they're just like, you're a guy, and we didn't expect you would be on the site, so we featured you, and
nice.
And we liked what you put, and so I post a lot of men's fashion, and they loved it.
Very good. Well, excited to have you guys here today. Joseph, to begin with, how did you meet Tanner, and how did this actually come about? Okay,
so I just moved here from Seattle. I love Salt Lake. I think it's really great, and I was just kind of out and about doing my thing. As a blogger, I like to kind of take to the streets, go on foot. And I was walking past Beck and Rob, where Tanner works, and I was just like, this is an amazing shop. So I stopped in, we started chatting, I told him what I do, and we kind of hit it off, and started talking about blogging a bit, and he showed me around the shop.
Like, we need to work together.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
It's pretty easy to make that connection, actually. Obviously, Joseph knows what he's doing, and has a really good rapport kind of within that same industry. Well-dressed guy.
Thank you.
Just that ability
That's why I have these guys standing here. They're like, should we sit during this segment? Like, no, we need to see what you guys are wearing.
Show it off, right?
Yeah, we really do. So
it was pretty easy to make that connection, and obviously, he's got things that are his strengths. I, with masculine style and also representing Beckett and Rob, we have our own strengths, and so it's a pretty easy partnership to come up with.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Well, I'm excited to talk about some of these fashions today. You have brought 2 items here with us. You guys take us through what we're looking at here and those important points that we need to be aware of.
Step over right here.
So one of the big things that a lot of guys kind of struggle with when they're talking about going into spring and summer suiting is the idea of embracing a little bit less structure and a little bit less rigidity than we see during fall and winter, just kind of your regular all-season fabrics. Especially because for a lot of men, they get in this mentality of it's either really, really strict and rigid like you see for regular suits, or it gets totally out of control, makes me uncomfortable as a man, crazy. And there really is a lot of middle ground that can be approached within there, so that it's still pushing boundaries, it's still a little bit more fun or a little bit more expressive without getting to the point where it's too fashion-y, because a lot of men are uncomfortable with that idea. Because we kind of dress not with the idea of wanting to get attention or to highlight the same features that you as women will dress with. We really want to command respect, and we want to have that sociability, that aesthetic that makes it look like we know what we're talking about, what we're doing. And so even with spring and summer suiting, we can approach that by embracing different things like different materials. Like this guy here is made all out of cotton. You can go with a structure on the interior that has no lining, no structure, nothing whatsoever, and so it gives it a little bit more of a casual feel. It also makes it breathe better, because contrary to a lot of people outside of Utah think, it gets ridiculously hot here in the summer.
It does.
As we know.
It does.
And so all this breathability makes it so it feels like you're wearing just another shirt as opposed to this stiff, heavy, rigid jacket.
Nice.
But then even still, just because of the idea of embracing the casualness that comes with spring and summer, you can approach things like patch pockets, different kind of fun colors with your pocket squares, some contrast with your ties, a knit tie that's going to be more casual just because it's a rougher weave and things like that. And really it's just a way to still dress appropriately and dress well, but have a nod to the fact that the monotony money and the heaviness of fall and winter are behind us, and we can embrace kind of the good attitude that comes with having warmer weather.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you could really let that come through by what you're wearing. And I think it not only does fashion, obviously it looks good, it makes you feel a little bit better.
Totally.
You have to say. And I love, like I said, the contrast of textures that we're seeing here. And I think what I've noticed from these is that, be brave with what you're putting together. You have this nice pop of that color, the red, the blue, and obviously if someone in a position of like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to put together, we can talk to you guys about that, and you can help us know exactly how we need to make that happen, right?
Absolutely.
Very cool.
And I would just like to say, also, just being a man, we get rough with our stuff. It's hard to be, gentle with our, your stuff like that. Just all your clothing. Something like this, an unstructured jacket, a knit tie. These are the types of things that if you travel a lot, you have to throw things inside your bag. This is something you can roll up, put in your bag, pull it out, put it on. It's easy to use.
That's incredible.
It's something
Wow.
that's just super simple.
I love
you
that
can
idea.
throw one of these in your bag. It's not going to get wrinkled.
Nice.
It's a very manly, masculine thing that you can kind of mess around with and not have to worry about.
Travels easy
Pulling
and
out of
still
the
wears well.
Very
Exactly.
good. Some things we absolutely need. And another thing that guys love are their socks. What do you have to share with us about this? You have a very special sock.
So there's a wonderful company. They're called Wimbley's. My friend Corey came up with it. He's always struggling with no-show socks. As you can see, it looks like I'm not wearing anything. Just we got no sock here. But in all actuality, I am
here
wearing
comes the reveal.
Wimbley's. I am wearing Wimbley's right here. We got a Wimbley's sock.
Nice.
So that is a Wembley sock right there. It's a legitimate no-show sock. What's great about it is on the inside here, we got a couple of colors. On the inside, they have a little rubber strip that keeps it from falling down. So you can go and play soccer, you can run in them, you can do stuff all summer long and not worry about your socks slipping on the inside of your shoe. Also, they're made out of a fabric that keeps your socks from smelling, keeps your feet from smelling. So it's just a great sock. I think they're wonderful. They're called Wimbley's. And
And where can we pick those up at?
You can actually find them on Kickstarter.com. They're selling them in packages. Please support the project. I think it's really great. It's a company that's going to be around for a long time.
Well, I think one thing that's really cool to their credit, I've always kind of struggled with the idea of no-show socks because, not to knock on Joseph a little bit, but it's kind of a little bit more of an effeminate aesthetic. As opposed to just going completely barefoot.
Absolutely.
And you're at somebody's house, you kick off your shoes or anything else like that. But one thing to Wembley's credit that they've really been able to accomplish, and I wore these shoes today on purpose. These are incredibly painful shoes if I wear them sockless, right? Because there's an understrap of leather on the inside here that totally digs in and kind of tears at my feet and everything else like that. I've actually gone with cotton insoles in the past, and it's just obnoxious to wear shoes like this. And these are still true no-shows, but I can put them on, and then these don't hurt to wear.
Wow.
So it's a way to accomplish something both aesthetically, but also practically as well. So they've done a good job with it.
Absolutely.
You
Very
guys,
well said.
And all I could think of is, please make a women's version of this for high heels.
I think they're working on it, aren't they?
Is
They
there?
actually
I
have
don't
women's in the
have
work.
these.
They have the product out right now.
Okay, they're coming on when that happens because I
have
have plenty of shoes that have that exact same problem. So
Yeah.
good point. I'm glad I
and
know about
larger
these.
sizes. If you have a size 13, 14 foot, Wimbley's is the product for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. I have learned a lot. I know you guys have too. Once again, where can we find more out about you, Joseph?
You can find me, just Google my name, Joseph Knoop. You'll have all my information there. Look me up on Pinterest. And if you have any questions about anything sartorial, the button maker is here at gmail.com.
And you can take care of it for us. What about you, Tanner?
I can actually be found, it's masculine-style.com, plenty active on social media, and that's my blog. But I really want to promote and hit Beckett and Rob, because all this stuff that we're featuring today is from a local menswear company based out of Salt Lake City, Beckett and Rob. We have a shop in downtown Salt Lake. We've got one in the Riverwoods in Provo, and then we also have one up at Station Park in Farmington. And really,
Amazing store.
It's all European construction, European cloth, and the price point is just phenomenal. And I wouldn't be doing what I do. I have the opportunity to work with and for a lot of different companies. And I'm with Beckett and Rob for a reason, and these guys are the best of the best when it comes to custom suiting.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so